So why? Hebrew is a very dynamic language. The word pig, chazir, is rooted in the Hebrew word chazar, to return. And the word pig and the word return is the same word. And there is a midrash that explains that in the Ahavat Yamim, based on Psalm 146, Midrash Ocher Tov, that explain that in the last day, in the Messianic age, the pig will become clean again. He will change. The Midrash explained that a lot of things will turn in the physical when Mashiach comes, okay?
Wow.
One of the things is the pig, and he will return, okay? The word pig is meant to come back, to return. So there is another Midrash explain also that he called pig because he will return Atara leYoshna, which means he will return the crown as the day of old. He will return the crown to Israel, to the days of old. But the Midrash also teaches that he will return the crown. The crown will return to his head as the day of old. So he's received a glory. Think about the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph revealed himself as something completely different. In the last day, he was something else. That's a principle of the kosher pig, or the principle of Yaakov, who called Israel, who is really masquerade himself as Esav. That's a picture of the kosher pig. You see it, or the Messiah. The Messiah is called in Sanhedrin 98 as an example. He's called the leper scholar. He's a concept of this kosher pig as the one who appears as something, but he is something not. That's what the rabbis explained to us. The Mashiach related to the Hebrew word nachash, a serpent. Well, how can a serpent be a Mashiach? I mean, serpent is something evil and wicked. And they explained that something that appears in the shell, in the klipa, on the outside is tameh, is unclean. In the inside represent the highest level of kedusha or holiness, Mashiach. So the concept of the kosher pig is simply mean that Messiah today is a resemble something that is unkosher, but in the last days it will be kosher. Even in the Sod, in the Torah, the Sod, it says that the highest malach of Hashem is called Chazir El, the pig of God, or the pig is God, who will return to Israel and somehow justify Israel. So the return of the kosher pig is the question, what make Yeshua, quote unquote, Chazir? Why is he unkosher? And how can we make him kosher again? So the book is a defense for the Mashiach, who is, for example, a pig that will be kosher again. So there's a real play on word here.
Why do you think it's so popular in Orthodox communities?
The book?
Yeah.
It's popular not just in Orthodox. It's a popular book because it's presenting a Mashiach in a context, in a framework. So the very first thing I do in the book is I set up the context in a framework. Think about a court of law. In a court of law, you have certain witnesses, you have a certain structure, and even the evidence have to be presented in a certain way. So I set up the structure as a court of law, and then I bring the evidence in a way that a Jewish person can understand it. A Jewish person can understand that it's a Jewish case. The case of Mashiach, the case of the kosher pig, is truly a Jewish case with the Jewish witnesses. What do I mean by that? If I said to you, you have to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, you're not going to say, so where? Says who? And I quote you a bunch of theologians. You said, well, I have a problem because I don't believe in those theologians. In the case of the kosher pig, I bring in voices, Jewish voices, that speak about the portrait of the Messiah. So I don't try to convince people of something that the rabbis not have already said themselves. So I believe, I feel, I say, they believe, they feel. It's a unique case because it's a Jewish court law, in a Jewish case for the Jewish Messiah.
I know you're tired, a long day for you, but your background, how did you come to the Messiah? You don't have to go into a long explanation.
The bottom line is, in the book of Yochanan, they said, those who, if you believe Moses, you're also going to believe me, okay? For me, I was raised up in Judaism, really, in real Judaism, all my life, in Israel. I don't know anything about Christianity. I have no connection to Christianity, even up to this day today. I don't. I'm a Jewish person, raised in this, in a traditional Sephardic home. And I thank the rabbis. You want to know who I thank to? To the words of Moses and the prophets, but I thank the rabbis. I was challenged to look deeply, and I spent the majority of my life after rise up in Judaism, looking specifically in what the book of Tanya in its essence says, that the essence of all creation is Mashiach. Sanhedrin 99 says all the prophets prophesied for the days of the Mashiach. So the essence is Mashiach. So when I put the lens on to look for Mashiach, through not just the scripture, through rabbinical writing, it appears, and it got to the point that it became, it took more faith not to believe than to believe. That's in essence, in a nutshell.